Hello, my name is Bustamante, your favorite inspiring counselor. Today, I would like to tell you how I'll be fitted in the Education Counseling Master's Program at SDSU. Let's get started. So what I'm more passionate about this program and interested in becoming a counselor is I've always been known to be a motivational speaker, someone for students can go to advice for, and as a friendly reminder of who they are. I've always been intuitive with emotions, and seeing student success is one of my true passions. Working with the notorious three campuses of Miramar College, Mesa, and Maricosta, I have developed strong rapports within the communities that allow me to blossom as a whole. Receiving feedback of how I was able to make an impact from tabling, presenting workshops, and being an advisor to ASG and visiting high schools is enough for me to continue my passion of serving the student population and to help build their empires as future generations to come by. As a future counselor, some of the values I feel that we need to implement is, first and foremost, we would need to accept and commit to the idea of openness to allow ourselves to be educated on the differences of abilities, from spatial abilities to the physical abilities, for example, someone with an amputated arm or those with ADHD, to understand the struggle that they may go through and how they can learn at their own pace. We would show compassion and empathy towards the person of developing their own pathway of their educational journey. Secondly, as the globe of the world is integrated into the community college setting, we must celebrate our differences, to acknowledge hardships, values, and to eliminate intergroup biases. We are all here to build our future, to minimize the differences between the groups, to share ideas, to acknowledge we are all equal and deserving of the same opportunity is the greatest impact one can accept for these students. No matter their background, socioeconomic status, disabilities, students have access to the same success as others. And that is a mission that I want to implement within myself to give to these students, as the great Selena Quintanilla once said, the impossible will always be possible. And what do I hope to learn throughout this program is I would like to learn how to cater to the diverse population through in-person and virtually at the same level. As in-person and virtually can impact learning styles, I like to learn how I can use my skills to make an impact. As we have known, COVID was definitely a time, and as someone who went through the COVID period of transitioning to online, it was a little bit challenging for myself. So definitely having those skill sets to help cater to students who may have the same struggles that I had can make the process more easier when it comes to online learning. When it comes to education counseling, I hope to learn what other pathways I can provide to students, because sometimes if plan A or B does not fit in their needs, I gotta come up with plan C. Some plans may work for others, some may work for not. And providing them the best pathways and having a conversation regarding their interests can be challenging. My policy when it comes to student interaction is always providing them with something without leaving empty-handed. Even as simple as a contact information, it can mean a lot for the student. How do I imagine myself contributing to the field along with mental health services? Is where I can see myself as a counselor. I can provide students with a sense of security, that they can have someone who believes in them and have someone they can rely on. Each walk of life that will come into my office is always welcome, and I can provide any resource tailored to their needs. I will also promote self-advocacy to the students, as their big first step they have taken is going to college. I want to continue to ignite their light, to have courage to keep going strong. As a person who values compassion and empathy, I'm able to navigate hardship issues and guide with the proper assistance. When it comes to mental health, I value one's well-being to the fullest, as we are human and we need to take care of ourselves to become the better versions of ourselves. Having a list of resources on hand can be helpful if each case can vary from trauma to even imposter syndrome, as people may not even know about themselves. As I mentioned before, it's important to keep an open mind and to listen, as is a crucial piece of assisting students. Students may not have someone to have them listen to, so it is our duty to be the listener for the student. And to emphasize on the contribution to the field, I've even seen my success in my work in higher education as a former RA, see my students becoming RAs themselves, taking on internships and applying for their masters. It truly shown I have done my job well done. Even in the community college setting, as working with the ASG and Maricosa, as the students are in a diverse pool with different mindsets, I'm able to adapt and cater to the students' needs. I process their scholarships, their parking permits, give them guidance on like transferring to a four-year university, and provide admin support. I was able to help them gain their own professional development as well. And at Mesa, I will never forget when a student came up to me who had autism, told me that they felt very happy as I made them feel they belonged here when I was assisting with their enrollment process at Mesa College. And that struck out to me a lot. And to show truly, this is where I'm truly belong at in my career. As a first generation student, for military child affiliated and an LGBTQIA plus representative, I want to provide a safe haven for the students as a future counselor for students who can come for assistance on their academic journey and making their mark on campus. I make a promise to the students that they can achieve anything they want with determination and grit. With that being said, I thank you for tuning in to my TED Talk, and I hope to be in this program and become a future counselor for the future students of needs. Thank you.